What's up, guys? Pypo here, bringing a video today. Doing some more PvP in Twin Peaks. I always seem to get BGs back to back. If you guys were watching like a couple weeks ago, maybe not even a couple weeks, like a week or two, maybe, which I guess is a couple weeks. I don't know what I'm talking about. I was getting like back to back Strand of the Ancients, like back to back to back. That's all I got. All I got was Strand of the Ancients, like crazy. And unfortunately for me, I completely forgot to switch my mouse over. Unfortunately for me, I was like, man, I fucking hate Strand of the Ancients. It's one of the worst BDs I think in the game. I just don't. I've never liked it. I've never even remotely liked it that much. When it first came out, I fucking was like, what is this siege wiggle bullshit? And now it seems even more so. Like it's just for graveyard camping almost. Like you have either a really good alliance team, the graveyard camps, or you have a horde team, the graveyard camps. And there's no like in between point for some reason when you're playing that game. I don't know what it is. So if you get on the graveyard camping team, like yeah, fair enough, you get some kills and stuff. But at the same time, I'm like, man, I really just want to PvP and stop having to sit in the graveyard and just kill people that have like no chance of doing like literally anything. It's really rough. By the way, I just woke up, which is hence the strangest hair you've ever seen. I'm sorry about that. But what I want to talk about in this video today is why did he drop the flag? Is what I want to talk about. There's a fucking. I guess that's a prot warrior. I fucking even though this guy's on my team, I don't like this. I hate people playing prot guardian, whatever you want to call it. Just not a thing. I don't like it at all because it's not a PvP spec. And I've been actually PvEing a lot recently. You're probably gonna see a few videos on my channel of me doing Disc Priest PvP. I recently actually not even PvP, but might even be doing some Disc Priest PvE, which I know. Oh my god, Pypo's going fucking insane. But I'm gonna be making a few videos on that probably, just because I'm gonna make videos on what I want to be playing and what I am playing, and what I am playing right now is fucking PvE Disc Priest, because I'm trying to get PvE geared at least a little bit to try and like test it. I've never done really serious PvE since Wrath of the Lich King, and even then I stopped at Ulduar. You know what I mean? I didn't really go past Ulduar, so I want to try it out and see how it goes. You know what I mean? Like see if I like it that much. As of right now, I love healing, but yesterday, I did dungeons for possibly, I think it was about 8 hours. All up. 8 hours of dungeons. So that's probably about what? I probably did about 35 dungeons, something like that. Maybe not 35, this might be a lot. Like 30, maybe 20 to 30 between there. And I legitimately started doing normal dungeons with 603 gear score. And I need 610 to do heroics, right? Guess how much my gear score is after 8 hours of dungeons? 603. I got not a single piece of gear in 8 hours. Now, you might be saying, how is it possible? I did get gear drops. I just got gear drops that I had already gotten. You know what I mean? Like, I did dungeons. I had 100 the day before instead of doing dungeons. And, I got a ring, and I got, gloves and pants. Ring, gloves, and pants. All, like, 615 gear, or whatever the fuck it is. And the only things that dropped throughout that 8 hours of fucking grinding was gloves, ring, and pants. And not to mention, by the way, the ring is actually unique equipped. Like, I have one shitty ring, but I can't use it. I mean, I can't replace it with a ring that keeps dropping because it's the ring that I already have that's unique. It's like, I can't fucking win for some reason in PvP. I don't know if it's like a sign from Blizzard to not be. I legitimately actually ticketed Blizz as well. I ticketed Blizz, I'm like, hey, I don't know what's going on, but I've been doing dungeons for 8 hours, and I haven't got any gear. Is this working as an? I just want to do heroics. I just want enough gear score to do heroics, and I can't fucking get enough gear score at all just to do a fucking heroic. It's like I don't know what's happening here. Could you please help me out? And I got they replied pretty fucking quick. They replied this morning, which is only like 6 hours later, and I was like, hey, fucking. What's up? And the dude's like, yeah, this is not an issue we can help you with, so hope this helps and see you later. That's pretty much legitimately what they said. I'm like, oh yeah, you're not helping me in any way here. I don't know. I mean, I didn't expect them obviously to help at all, but at the same time, I was hoping that they'd be like, oh, you know what? We see that you did dungeons for that long, and I also see that you got no fucking gear. Maybe we're gonna give you like fucking just give you like 2 pieces. All I need is like 2 pieces, right, to get 7 gear score. I don't know, but it's fucking annoying me. It's annoying me because I did the most PvE shit ever, which is like go farm rares to get, oh sorry guys, to get 600 gear score. And once I have my 600 gear score, I also leveled up my alchemy, which is a fucking pain in the ass. Well, it's not actually a pain in the ass. I'm gonna release a guide soon on how to level alchemy because I found like a fucking legit way to do it. leveled my alchemy all the way up just to make an alchemist stone, because that's 620 gear score. Then I did fucking proving ground to get my 615 weapon, which by the way got upgraded. Storm. My 615 weapon got upgraded to 620, so I even had more gear score, like just before I even started doing dungeons. And then still, somehow, I didn't have enough gear score all day to start doing heroics. It's just rough. I don't know if that bind strike got him. I don't think it did. I was trying to like place it up there. It's pretty rough. I just have my pet up there doing some down. I'm trying to get my crows on him, but I'm not getting a good angle. There we go. Got some crows. Got some crows. Kill him. Kill him. Anyway, I'm gonna go fucking try and get this fly back. I don't know why I've really been on defense this entire time. I felt like mixing up. For the past couple Capture the Flag games, I've been doing like Wars and Gulch and Twin Peaks. I've been doing a shitload of offense, and it's been doing nothing, to be honest with you. When you're trying to do offense, and you're the only person doing it, it's kind of fucking awful. It's kind of like, why am I trying? Why am I trying now? I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I've left a lot of BGs in the past couple days, just because it's like, I don't know what's going on, if like it's the kids are on holidays or some shit, and there's just a bunch of news playing, but it just seems like the worse and worse people are playing, and they just don't know what they're doing. Getting it sapped right here, but flare down, try and get him out immediately. By the way, it's like fucking getting a sap is like the worst thing you could ever do, but at the same time, I don't mind doing it to try and catch a rogue out. But the problem is now when this rogue comes and jumps me right now, which will probably be in like 2 seconds here. I swear I've seen that guy's name before. Shinny XO. I don't actually know where I've seen that before, but I've definitely seen it. I've definitely seen that. I'm not too sure though. It's just really recognizable. It's not my server, so I don't know how I've seen it. But he's actually taking a lot of damage. And we're gonna use a fucking War Stomp. War Stomp hide. War Stomp is really, really good. I really like it. I don't know why I like it so much. It's just like fucking. It's good for so many situations. There's a fucking bind shot 2. Getting stung with the bind. I'm trying to kill this mage so hard. He's just fucking living for weeks over here. Okay. Where's their flag? Up top. Is he a healer? Yes, he is. Fuck me in the dick. I think they have probably stacks. He's got 12 stacks already, so we should actually be able to drop him. I don't know why I don't see stacks on him. You know what I mean? If I click on my dude, I can see he has 12 stacks. If I click on him, I see 0 stacks. I don't know if that's just a bug that it's not showing me the fucking thing, but it's absolutely annoying to see that because it should absolutely show me. And we're getting fucking worked on by a rogue and shadow dance or whatever the fuck it is. And we're gonna trap that healer. And we're gonna try and drop him, please. Please die. I really don't want to deal with this. If you actually heal through damage with 12 stacks when we have like this many people on you, that's fucking OP shit. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you say. Pick it up, warrior. Pick it up, warrior. There we go. Okay, we did some work. We did some work. We got it back. 12 stacks with a heal. If you lived, I'd just be like, what the fuck. Also, guys, I should mention to you, a lot of you guys ask me what I do for a living all the time. Like, a lot of you guys ask me that. Often the times I tell you all I do is YouTube. But I recently realized something, which is the reason I realized is because I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about this, because YouTube gets really weird about talking about how much they pay you and stuff like that, and for some reason it's like a weird thing that YouTube doesn't like people talking about how much you make on YouTube, whatever the fuck, and all that kind of shit. Basically, I make shit all money. I don't make anywhere near enough to do nearly anything with, even with like my views and stuff like that. Obviously I get like a lot of views, but like at the same time, I get like usually I put up a vid, maybe it gets like 1,000 views, 1,000 views on a vid, and then I put up like 7 videos a week, sometimes more. And even doing that, like even putting out like a large volume of videos, I wouldn't make anywhere near enough money to live off of. And recently that number's actually gone down, which makes no sense to me because my views have actually gone up. And not only have my views gone up, my subscribers have gone up, but for some reason my earnings have gone down. I don't know what that is, but I know you guys probably don't give a shit, and like it's a weird thing to talk about, but it's just leading into the topic that I'm about to talk about, which is I'm going to try looking for a job in a little bit here. Now, I don't know what job that is going to be, or how I'm going to find. I've never actually done the whole job search thing. By that I mean I've worked before. Obviously, I've talked about it in my videos before, like the weird and fucked up jobs that I've worked on. But at the same time, I've never actually gotten a job through like a process of like applying here, doing interviews, doing that kind of stuff. I've done it once for I think it was Bunnings, which I don't know if Americans will know what that is, but it's like a warehouse handyman store of doom. I applied for it when I was 17 or something, back when I was living in a different place. But anyway, that's beside the point. That was like the only time I did an interview, and that was a fucking phone interview. I did a phone interview, and then I went in for an actual interview, which was then canceled because they filled the position. It was fuck that annoyed me. They called me in for an interview, and by the time I had gotten there for the interview, they're like, "Oh, by the way, we already the job you were coming here, we asked you to come here for, is already done." And for some reason, like, they had my mobile number. They didn't call me, like, I don't know why you couldn't call me on the way to the fucking job. Like, I guess they thought I'd be driving or something. They're just lazy, but it's like, you made me drive. And by the way, this, like, the job was like 30 minutes away from where I lived. So it's like I had to fucking drive 30 minutes, get there, for them to be like, "Oh, by the way, there's no job," and then drive all the way home. And I was like, "You're a cunt. That's literally what you've done now. Is just you're being a cunt." Anyway, fucking So basically, I've never actually done like the full application process. All the jobs I've ever gotten have been because either I know someone, which I by the way, I don't know how the fuck that works because I don't know anybody. Like I'm an introvert to the bone, and like I don't really talk to people. But I had a job in a, like, I guess it's called like a fucking store, just a store. It was a I don't know what the fucking name of it was because it's not like a normal store because I lived in the middle of fucking nowhere. But it's just like a normal store where you go to buy food and stuff like that. And I worked there for about a year actually. That's probably the longest job I've ever had. I worked there for a year, maybe a year and a half. And I completely got that job because of my sister had a girlfriend who was the manager, and that's legitimately how that worked. I just went in, was like, "Hey, need a job." She was like, "Okay, here's a job." Like it was no like she was like, "Just fill out this application form, you're done." So then I blaze stormed the shit out of the store. So basically, like there was no ever like application process. And then on top of that, I got another job at a butcher place, which you guys know about, which I did a butcher's apprenticeship, which is the worst thing I've ever done, and just do not want to do. Like, it's fucked up to go from, like, a lot of people told me that it would be a better job than the, where, like, I didn't know what job, like, I guess it was just, like, a fucking store clerk person, but I'm just gonna call it, like, a store person. I went from doing that store person job, which is basically just serving customers and filling shelves, and, you know, I worked in, like, every like, department of the store at some point, so, like, I worked in the back warehouse, like moving shit around, and then I moved. Like I even worked in the deli for a little bit, and like, I literally worked in like every part of that store. And then a lot of people told me like, "Oh, there's a butcher apprenticeship. Like this will be way better than the job you had." It was horrible because the butcher job was like, stand here, clean everything that I make dirty. Like by I mean that's the manager talking, or literally anyone in the store. I had to clean up after them, and then on top of that, you're the only person that serves unless we're super busy. And serving in that job involves, like, handling money, which for some reason makes people assholes. Like, I've never been in that store I was talking about before. I never did checkout. That's the only thing I never did in that store was just I never did checkout. So it's the first time I've ever had to handle money with. And it was just, like, I did that for, I think, 9 to 10 months, maybe closer to a year, I don't know. And I legitimately, the way I quit that job was I walked in, I worked for 3 hours, and my boss was like, "Pypo, why the fuck is this shit not clean? You need to clean this. By the way," and then I went to clean it, and then he's like, "What the fuck you doing cleaning this? There's someone to serve. You know, serve like prior." I was like, "You asked me to clean. I thought you'd serve while I cleaned up because you just asked me to clean." He's like, "No, what the fuck you doing?" And this was like after like I had previous bosses that came in and like talked shit to me like nonstop, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna work here anymore." So I legitimately just grabbed my like knives because they make you buy all your own shit. Like you'd think like TAFE people would pay for it, but I had to buy my own like knives and stuff to do the apprenticeship. So I bought knives and shit, and like so I grabbed those because they're fucking mine. And I basically told him I was going on a break. I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna take because it was like actually time for me to take my first 15-minute break. But yeah, I'm just gonna go on a break." I went on my break. I actually did like go for the break. I sat down for 15 minutes and just thought like, "Do I really want to leave the job right now? Like, I don't know if I should do that." And I was like, "Yeah, fuck it, I'm leaving." And then I just left. I didn't even like. I haven't talked to them since. There's been no confirmation that I quit. It's legitimately that I just fucking walked out, and I haven't talked to them since. Who knows? They might still think that I work there. If I like rocked up tomorrow, they'll only be like, "You've been off for like 2 years, Pips. Where you been?" I was like, "Oh, I was just taking a break, man. I don't know." I wonder what they would say. I don't know if that would fly. It'd be weird. But that's how that led into like me trying after the army and then being let down to join the army because I have high blood pressure, which I didn't know about. I've had a weird work history of just like failures. And the fucked up thing is, my favorite job so far out of all that was just working in a store because no one really like bothered you. You just did the work and it was like whatever. So anyway, that's basically what I was trying to talk to you guys about. Like, if you recommend any like easy jobs to apply for, it has to be a job where like I basically told you all my experience. Like I worked in like fucking butcher places. I've done laboring before, but you know whatever. I don't have like a white card or anything right now, so it'd be rough to get. Anyway, I wanted to like ask you guys what you think would be a good job to apply for because I do need some extra cash, and since I'm like actually living in Sydney pretty much right now, I wanted to find something up here to just. It doesn't even have to be like permanent, just a casual thing to earn some more money on the side. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Have a good day. I'll see you in the next video. See you guys.